Today we're going to talk about unbelievably unsold players in the auction. I'm sure David Warner doesn't fit that bill. 2-3 years back, captain of a franchisee and being one of the top players in the world to unsold in the IPL auction. For me personally, surprise was Shardul Thakur. Pritham.
I thought you would have started off with Shardul Thakur and then go to other players because for me, Shardul Thakur was the biggest shock of the auction, Badri.
Prithvi Shaw, great talent, Pritham, but I think it is not just cricket. Kane Williamson, who's been phenomenal, who's been consistent as ever, and Johnny Bairstow as well.
Magnificent catch! Just look at Badri now, diving into it.
Lovely shot. Kicks it over the offside. That's a good shot.
Back-to-back boundaries. Hello and welcome to Cric It with Badri. It's another episode of Cric Debate. We have Pritham with us. Hi Pritham.
Hey Badri, how are you? Good? All well?
Very well, thank you. We've been putting a lot of content on IPL because there is a lot of hot news happening around the auction. And this video is presented to you by DIVO News. Today we're going to talk about unbelievably unsold players in the auction, Pritham. We always know that when it comes to IPL auctions, there's a lot of unpredictability and shocking things happen as well. So in the list of players, the topping the list for me is David Warner. Pritham, life has come a full circle and it has come to a stop really abruptly for him. He's quit international cricket. He's playing only T20 cricket, T20 leagues around the world, and IPL, it might have come as a shock to him. 2-3 years back, captain of a franchisee and being one of the top players in the world to unsold in the IPL auction. Life comes and goes too fast for a cricketer.
Yeah, life comes a full circle. I was a bit surprised about that because I think if you look at it, even 1 month ago, he said, I'm putting my hand up. If the Australian selectors call me, I'm ready to open in the BGT. So he probably thinks he's in good cricketing shape and typical Aussie cricketer, he will be fit. So, and he's playing other T20 leagues because he's now captaining in the BBL also. So I'm a bit surprised about that. Surely some team had 2 crores in their budget because not all teams have finished 120 crores. You have 116, 117, 115. So I'm a bit surprised that for his experience and his explosiveness, some team could have taken a chance on him.
2 things for me, Pritham. Since his fallout with Sunrisers Hyderabad, he has not been in the best of form. His strike rate has consistently dipped. His performances have consistently dipped. He has not been in great touch. That is something that the IPL franchisees have kept their eyes at. At 2 crores, really, is he valuable? Or he is in the wrong side of 30s as well and he's not playing international cricket. Whenever any player doesn't play international cricket, there is maximum 1 season a player continues to play, and after that, he doesn't play unless he is of the caliber of an AB de Villiers or a Mahendra Singh Dhoni or a Chris Gale. I'm sure David Warner doesn't fit that bill.
Yeah. I think it's tough to be in touch, and I was just about to say, which makes Dhoni's efforts and his what he does season after season even more remarkable, considering he doesn't pick up the bat until probably February or March. So it is just simply remarkable how he can come in and do what he does. Yes. So that is that. I think those, like you said, ABD, MS, they're all special. In fact, Chris Gale gave up international cricket and was playing the IPL for a long time. So but it's also see, at the end of the day, it's the perceived value that each franchise has for a player. So if he's not on their list, they won't pick him. But I thought it would have been a useful thing to have for especially some franchises which are young. Warner kind of an experienced figure would have been good. And he's still a gun fielder. There's absolutely no doubt. He's probably fitter than most 26, 27-year-olds. He can outfield all of them. So bit surprised on that. Yeah.
Bit surprised. Yes. Let's move on to a couple of Indian players who have been a big surprise. First, for me personally, surprise was Shardul Thakur, Pritham. A few months back, less than a year ago, he was part of all 3 formats of the Indian side. He was being, projected as the next big all-rounder, and of course, he's been part of Chennai Super Kings. He's been part of Delhi Capitals, but suddenly he's being unsold in the auction. For me, I was personally surprised because Indian all-rounders are a rare category, but Shardul Thakur being drugged came as a surprise.
I think for me, I thought you would have started off with Shardul Thakur and then go to other players because for me, Shardul Thakur was the biggest shock of the auction, Badri. Yeah. All-rounders are a rare commodity, absolutely rare commodity. Indian all-rounders, even more of a rare commodity. And don't forget, Badri, in March, he won Mumbai the semi-final against Tamil Nadu and took them to the final. This Mumbai season, he's already picked up 2 fifers and he's contributed to the bat. Absolutely shocked that somebody like a Shardul Thakur didn't find place in a franchise like CSK who's extremely loyal, or even a Mumbai Indians for that matter, who spent 9.25 crore for Deepak Chahar when Shardul Thakur can give you value with bat and ball. Absolutely mind-boggling. I think for me that was the biggest shock of the auction.
When you talk about Deepak Chahar going at 9.5 crores, I would rather have Umesh Yadav as well. It's a bit of a surprise, isn't it? That since you brought up Deepak Chahar, I'm taking another Indian player, Umesh Yadav. What is that? 2 crores? He's bowled really well, Pritham. 2 years back, I think he was great for playing opening bowling. I think he's been really good in the IPL. Always provides breakthroughs early on, especially in the power plays. But suddenly he remains unsold. Rightly you mentioned, if somebody can go to Deepak Chahar for 9.5 crores, definitely Umesh Yadav deserves a look in. For me, he's a good bowler. I've seen him up close a lot.
And you're never going to be shy of having Indian fast bowlers. It's always good to have them. And a lot of franchises, like I just said for David Warner, have 3, 4, 5. I think I saw a franchise with probably 4 crores left, and they filled only 18 slots. Maybe it was Sunrisers. Could have easily had an Umesh.
Lastly played for Gujarat Titans, isn't it?
Yeah, last year
he was
for
very
Gujarat
good
Titans.
with the new ball, Pritham. Very good with the new ball. I remember even in that final against Chennai Super Kings, he bowled really well. I remember that.
So in fact, if you have 4 crores, you could have when Shardul Thakur comes up, you could have picked him up at his base price. You could have picked up Umesh at a base price. More than Umesh. Umesh also was, he's had his fair share of injuries and he's getting slightly past his prime. Shardul Thakur, I still think, is a very, very useful cricketer and should have been picked up by some franchise. Maybe he will before the season starts. You never know. But it's a shock. It's a shock for me. Probably, like I said, the biggest shock of the auction.
Yeah, when it comes to auctions, you always think that probably you get the feeling that there's something happening beyond cricket that is out there. And my honest observation about the auctions, the people who are sitting there, let's not forget, Pritham, 80 to 90% of the people sitting in the auction have never played a cricket match in their ever in their life. This is the truth. Only a few players sitting out there, probably whenever a team or a coach or a management who knows cricket selects players, they always do well, especially in the case of Chennai Super Kings and probably Mumbai Indians, who have been really well, who have a great scouting system. But otherwise, the franchises who don't know cricket, when they take calls, it always ends up bad.
Yeah, but that's why you have the analysts sitting with you also saying, no, this will serve our team's needs. This is where we are deficient. We need it. So they do listen to the analysts. So what is surprising me is all 10 franchises passed on somebody of the caliber of Shardul Thakur is mind-boggling.
Yeah, it happens in auction. That is the nature of auctions. Always unpredictable. Another player, I probably expected him to go unsold. Prithvi Shaw, great talent, Pritham, but I think it is not just cricket, but what it is probably his attitude or what he does beyond the field is affecting him. And let's not forget, Pritham, he was dropped from Mumbai Syed Mushtaq Ali team. He was projected as the next big thing a year ago. Started off his test career with 100, brilliant talent. People were talking about him left, right, center, but now he is nowhere, Pritham.
I personally feel very bad because when you have that kind of talent and for you to not even have a half decent career is a sheer waste of talent, because you have been given that ability and you're wasting it. And he was dropped for the Mumbai Ranji side for being overweight and lack of fitness. Now he's back in the SMAD. I saw an article today recently. Praveen Amre, who has been a mentor to Prithvi Shaw, has said that for 6 years, Delhi Capital picked him after the 2018 Under-19 World Cup when he was the captain and India won. For 6 years, they persisted with Prithvi Shaw. In fact, I remember he scored a 99 or 50 balls against Calcutta in 2019 or 18. And he was definitely on the top. It was such a big rise. And after that, I think some issues with attitude and fitness. And I think the word spreads, Badri, saying that stay away because people talk. And very unfortunate. We spoke about this at the shock auction also.
Yes.
Greg Chappell has penned a letter to him. So hopefully he will realize that he's still got age on his side. He's only 25. So hopefully things will turn around for him. I wanted to turn around for him because surely, you can't take that kind of talent and not do something with it.
Yeah, Greg Chappell has written a letter to Prithvi Shaw as well that these things happen to great players. And we heard that Sachin Tendulkar also had a word with him. Because being a fellow Mumbai cricketer, Sachin had a word with him. And when I see Prithvi Shaw, let's be honest, I get a lot reminded of Vinod Kambli of the previous era because he was also a phenomenal talent, but couldn't achieve what he had to achieve because of his attitude and whatever. I think moving on, a couple of foreign cricketers, Pritham, definite surprise there. Kane Williamson, who's been phenomenal, who's been consistent as ever, remaining unsold. Did you expect it? And Johnny Bairstow as well. Johnny Bairstow remains unsold too. He was a century maker last season in the Indian Premier League, remains unsold now.
I expected Kane Williamson, Badri, because he's also injury prone. And let's be honest, Tests, he's a real dada. Or T20s, I was never a big fan of Kane Williamson. Fantastic leadership abilities. So if you're just picking, you need a captain or a leader mentoring a young team, Kane was the right person. But I didn't expect him to go. Bairstow, I'm definitely very surprised because he can still contribute on. Yeah, he still struggles against the turning ball, but on flat wickets, Bairstow will murder you if you give him a chance. Out of 14 games, he will click 3-4 games for sure if you give him the right number. So yeah, Bairstow was also a big surprise for me from the overseas perspective.
Yeah, and another Indian player who is currently in the Indian setup remains unsold. Another player from Bombay is Sarfaraz Khan. I personally thought that some team will definitely pick him because I have played with Sarfaraz Khan. He's been around for quite a while. We were both together in RCB. A very nice cherubic guy, a great attitude. He started off, in fact, by coming in as a limited over specialist, a T20 specialist, but now he's in the test side, but dropped in the IPL auctions. I'm personally surprised with him.
Again, I'm also very surprised because I keep saying a lot of franchises have spots and money. So even if you take a Sarfaraz Khan at a base price, it is okay because one of your Indian batsmen could get injured midway through and you can only play four foreigners. So why not have adequate Indian batsmen on the bench? That's a surprise, and he's got age on his side. It's not like a David Warner case where he's old or something. He's got age on his side, and he was just he's been decently successful for India in the longer format. So yeah, Sarfaraz is also a surprise to me that he went unsold at a base price. It's not his base price is 2 crores. His base price was 75.
Yeah. Any other players caught your eye being unsold, Pritham?
No, Badri. I think we've covered off all of the players. Yeah, you could say Mayank Agarwal because Mayank actually had two good seasons, but he had a lot of opportunities. He didn't really do anything, and he's played out for a lot of franchises. So that's surprising considering he's still a premier batsman for Karnataka.
Yeah, some of these young Indian batsmen going unsold is definitely a surprise. But thank you, Pritham, for coming on Cricket with Badri and sharing your thoughts.
Thank you, Badri.
Thank you. This video was presented to you by DIVO News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and press the bell icon as well. A lot more content coming your way here on Cricket with Badri. Take care. See you soon. Bye.